Hello everyone, welcome back to another Longplay. This time we're gonna play Loom because Neil Green from Indie Retro News actually asked me on this on Discord, my Discord channel. He asked me if I could review Doom. It's been a while. I've been extremely busy lately. Now I'm back to school and everything. Yeah, if I can't get a job, at least I can could keep studying. Anyway, so let's start playing Doom. This is the CD-ROM version, which I never actually played. I had the floppy disk version in Spanish, but now this is the CD-ROM version. I heard it's actually worse because it might have voiceovers. It cuts some of the animations, a lot of the scenes, and it cuts down. Even the characters' portraits, when they're talking, it cuts them down.
Please choose your skill level.
Let's go standard. Practice is very easy. Practice just shows. I'll show you what to do. Standard. Expert.
Please choose your skill level.
In a minute now. Anyway.
Welcome to the age of the great guilds.
I love this soundtrack. More colors.
Rise, son of Signa. It is the dawn of your 17th year. The elders await you in the sanctuary.
I've never known them to weave such a bright messenger nymph. I wonder why the elders want to see me.
Yeah.
I'd better get down to the village.
Well, the voiceover is okay, but I have to put subtitles just in case. I thought I had subtitles. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now I have a leaf.
The last leaf of autumn.
I love these graphics. Graphics looks beautiful, by the way. I really like this graphic. They look beautiful. But like I said, that part from the beginning is okay, but there is no close-ups. Character close to the dialogues. You'll see. Sunset. Oh, I love these graphics. I even loved these graphics back in when it was the just 16 colors in the floppy disk version. And the 256 colors is even better. I also play the Mac version. Did I play the Mac version? Yes, I did play the Mac version. The floppy disk. This is the first time I played the CD-ROM version, whatever version I had. Okay, this is. Let's get it through here. Yeah, I already know the entire game because like I said, I had the floppy disk version. Let's take a look at this. The tapestry.
There's the long tapestry. I don't remember it looking so old and frayed. The threads describe the creation of the world and the passing of the two shadows.
After you click on an object, you have to do you click an option. First, you click an option to reach it. Then you have to do a second click, or here, down here. Sorry, so you can get describe or interact with it or describe it.
Here's more of the tapestry. The pattern shows the entire history of the weavers, back to the founding of the great guilds. The last section tells about the decline of the guilds. There's a third shadow gathering. That's strange. The end is completely torn off.
You'll see why at the end of the game. I'm not sure if I'm able to play the entire game in one setting. Well, today, but yeah, I'll leave it more. Don't worry. I'll upload the entire long play.
There's Hetchel. And the elders don't look at all pleased with her.
You have heard the findings of this council, Dame Hetchel. Have you anything to say in your own defense?
My elders, my actions speak for themselves.
This reckless defiance is intolerable. Any secret you share with Signa's son might be turned against us.
His talent is awakening, and the power is very strong in him. We dare not desert him now.
Stubborn old fool! Who are you to decide such things?
Enough, Lachesis. Hetchel, I am grieved to see your many years of service end in such disgrace.
My destiny is yours to weave.
Hetchel, the fabric of your life has been woven by your own choices.
Gaze once more upon the great loom, if you would know your ultimate destiny. For that destiny is now upon you.
This dialogue seems longer in the floppy version.
A swan's egg. What does it mean? Something is deeply wrong. That draft has never failed before.
Yep, it's
What
longer.
is that noise? Outside! The guild is under attack!
Who dares to desecrate the great loom of the weavers?
This is the work of that demon boy! We should kill him while we still can!
Your name will be cursed forever, son of Signa, loom child, bobbin thread.
My name?
Wait a minute, let me see something in here. I don't know, velocity is not that. I'm gonna put it a little bit slower, but.
But I had nothing to do with this. Wait, where are you going? No explanations. No goodbyes. And once again, I'm left behind.
And now we can start playing. That's weird because. Okay.
Those are the same 4 threads spun by the elders. They're still echoing in the loom. It's heavier than it looks. The egg it's trying to open.
Okay, now you see you have to weave spells by magical notes. ECED is the open spell. I recommend you grab a notepad and write all this.
There's my boy.
What's happening? The whole village has flown away without us.
From the moment you came into this world, Bobbin, great and terrible things have been happening. The elders hoped that your birth was the cause of it.
Why would the elders want to get rid of me? I'm such an awful weaver that they never even let me study with the others.
They fear you, Bobbin. When the swan arrived, they were already trying to weave the same draft on you that they had worked on me. But the draft turned against them. It means only one thing, that the pattern is failing of its own accord.
No, can't it be stopped?
Stop chaos? The only thing to do is embrace it and turn ourselves into creatures of shadow, or plan our escape.
Escape? To where?
I don't know. But if we are to survive, we must find out where that flock has flown and join them if we can. You've already found Atropos's distaff. Good. You won't be able to weave very much with it at first, but as you practice, its true power will be revealed to you. It's time to leave this island, Loom Child. Your destiny lies beyond the sunset, across the sea.
Mother Hetchel, where are you going?
Goodbye, Bobbin. I must follow the swans.
Well, this is a fine mess. Everybody's gone and I still don't understand what's going on. Why did they keep calling me Loom Child? Nobody's ever let me anywhere near a loom.
Okay, two things. First of all, okay. Okay, this is a bit of a difficult spell. I put it down, but don't actually need to spell. You can only use the spell at the end of the game. It's a very important spell, but now you have to go. But I've played this intro is a lot bigger in the original version because it has more. They also changed a bit. It's a bigger, more animation. You can see the swarm through a tear on the sky come in, and then you see turn everybody. Then leave with more swans. It didn't just turn the elves; it turned the entire village to swans, except for Bobby here. You see that in the original version, but you don't see it here. Also, the dialogue's a bit different. I could tell the dialogue is a bit different. Turn ourselves into creatures of shadow. That was not in the original game. Now, you don't have, like, this is different graphic adventure because you don't have any objects to interact with. You can simply collect spells in form of notes and then use that spells. And there's an interesting thing, you'll see. Let me see if I can find it.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves? Wonderful. I can't see a thing.
Okay, I have to go back here. Let's see if I can get inside. Yeah, here.
Grass green. I hate that colour. That's the book of patterns. I already know what's in it. That's the book of patterns. I already know what's in it.
You don't grab the book.
That's the book of patterns. I already know what's in it.
That's strange. You grabbed the book in the previous game. deeper.
Grass green. I hate that colour.
Okay, green.
This wall hasn't been dyed yet.
Okay, now we can
The colour changed.
now you can do the reverse. You can turn it back to white by playing the notes in reverse.
There. Looks much better in white. There. Looks much better in white.
I'm gonna, yeah, you can turn it.
There. Looks much better in white.
Okay, now we have this one. I have to click this one. Mask.
It's still dripping. What a mess.
I have to play it again. I don't remember.
It's still dripping. What a mess.
G, D, D. Okay. Alright, now to turn green, to turn white. Now I can go in here. Oh. Okay, not that bad. Yeah, when is it?
I guess that draft isn't going to help me here.
Yeah, they want you to open that. The clam.
Ugh.
Yeah, this was just to practice. Okay.
There's an owl in there. Another owl. Didn't know there were so many owls in these woods. That one is empty. He's fast asleep. I can't read it. The owl's tail feathers are covering the words. Ouch!
Destiny shall draw the lightning down from heaven, roll its thunder far across the sea, to where I wait upon the shore of wonder, on the day the sky is opened and the tree is split asunder.
Interesting.
The day the sky is opened. I like the view from the cliff better. Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
Yeah, I have to go to the cliff. Now that the owl is back in here.
All the holes are full now.
You can't reverse all the spells, by the way. There are some spells like this one, which is a night vision, that can't be reversed.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
Oops, I have to play it again. Sorry. Okay. 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 Experience. Yes. A rich experience. I can now play a new.
I've already spun all that. Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
Oh, there's been ourselves.
Maybe I should spin this back. It's gold again. What useless stuff.
Yeah, gold is useless. No. I think I'm missing one, but I don't know which one it is. Is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I know what it is.
It's dawn.
Now open it. Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, I was expecting a bit. What kind of sound effect was that? Excuse me, I have to check out something real fast. Ah. Jesus. Ah. Hmm. Mhm. Sorry about that. Just answering a friend of mine on chat. Mhm.
Is it over?
Well, leaving the island. As those are seagulls, I deduce. Oh, great. Twister. What's with the sound? Water spout.
I think that's close enough.
Mm-hmm. What's with the sound? You simply reverse the spell. Okay. G. Interesting. Let's visit. I always start by visiting the city because, well, it's the city. And the Crystal City. I think it's probably my favorite location in the entire game. This is the. You'll see that every place, every guild you visit, has a cemetery. This will become important at the end of the game.
Welcome to Crystal Guard, stranger. I'm Master Goodmode, 31st in the Noble Guild of Glassmakers. And who might you be?
My name is Bobbin. Bobbin Threadbare of the, Noble Guild of Weavers.
A weaver! Tell me, is it true that to peer beneath a weaver's hood brings instant agonizing death?
I honestly don't know. Nobody's ever tried it with me. You have such a wonderful view of the sky here. Have you noticed a flock of swans flying this way?
Swans?
Swans. You know, birds.
Yes, swans! No, I haven't heard of any swan sightings. Look around to your heart's content, Weaver Threadbare. And remember, if you break it, you buy it.
Nice fellow.
Softshod, wife of Lucent Bottleblow, here attained final clarity.
You could read the other ones, I suppose. Oh yeah, there it is, one more.
Near this spot, Lucent Bottleblow, founder of the Noble Guild of Glassmakers, attained his final clarity.
It might help to point at something first.
Oops, sorry.
That's beautiful. I've never seen anything sparkle like that. Not even the long tapestry. What kind of glass is it?
It was carved from a single crystal of diamond.
But I thought you were glass makers.
No, we are. Dear boy, this is none other than the famous Chromax conundrum, wrought by our distinguished founder, Lucent Bottleblow. His works once filled an entire museum, you know. And that was before the Great Dragon arrived in 7342. She blew through this city like a torch, melting and breaking our finest works, plundering our museums and treasuries until we had almost nothing left. It was awful, just terrible, really a miserable time. Even Bottleblow's greatest masterpiece, the first scrying sphere, was lost forever.
But you still have the conundrum.
And a lucky thing, too. It was on loan to the Guild of Vintners at the time. It is the sole remaining example of our founder's transcendent genius.
But I'm still curious. Why is it diamond instead of glass?
We've no idea at all. That's the conundrum, you see.
Not saying that, but I believe the sound could be a bit better.
Huh. A glass bell. I wonder what will happen if... I'm dizzy. I can barely hear what they're saying.
I trust Your Excellency is pleased with our progress?
That all depends on how far this sphere can help me see.
4 hours, most assuredly. Perhaps 6, with a bit of luck.
Only 6 hours? But I expressly requested 8.
Every sphere is unique, Bishop. It is impossible to accurately predict how well this sphere will perform.
I need at least 8 hours. 8 hours, Master Crucible. See to it.
Look!
Who are you, lad?
And just what do you think you're doing up here?
I'm not sure. I just rang the bell and
Well, I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to be here.
Step back under the lens, please.
This is a restricted area. No visitors allowed.
Good day, sir.
Some of the voices sound sort of familiar.
I guess I'm not supposed to go up there.
Mm. C-E-E-G.
Halt! Who goes? Well, well, well. Looks like a scrawny runt trying to sneak into our flocks.
Sneak? You call that sneaking? I heard them coming all the way in from town.
Thought you were going to fleece some shepherds, did you? Maybe we ought to take the shears to you instead.
Listen, I mean, I'm not looking for sheep or trouble. I'm looking for a flock of swans.
Swans?
Swans! You know, birds.
Oh, swans! Of course!
We should have known. Everybody comes here when they want swans.
Next you'll be telling us you're some sort of wizard off to fly away with them birds.
Right.
Wizard? Wizard? You wouldn't happen to be the great wizard that Fleece was telling us about, would you now?
Fleece?
He is sort of dressed like a wizard.
I don't know. He doesn't look very powerful to me.
Me neither. I say we don't let him by until we know for sure. Come on then, wizard. Let's see some magic. Or else...
I sure wish I knew a draft that would work on shepherds.
Let's try this one.
Well, that draft didn't seem to do much good. Well, that draft didn't seem to do much good.
Yeah, you have to go away. You can't do. You have to learn the draft.
Come on, lads. He's had enough. Let him go. Some kind of wizard, eh?
Don't trip on your robe, little wizard.
Get on, you lazy bunch of yous. Back to work.
Oops, I think I made a mistake. Yeah, I have to go back. Now that I have a new spell, I can go back to the city. And the dialogue is changed, and then they had some new animation. They took out some animation, that they had some new, and they.
What's going on up there? I wonder, did it work? Only one way to find out.
Still don't know if. Yeah, invincible.
Our esteemed Bishop Mandible cuts quite a figure, doesn't he?
I don't doubt the crucible's getting... Why would the clerics want a scrying sphere anyway? I thought they didn't believe in the future.
Yeah, your guess is as lucid as mine, Flute. But Crucible appears to think that they're up to no good again.
Then why would he do business with them at all? Let alone sell them a sphere.
Well, you know, Crucible, he'd sell his own mother's spectacles if he thought there was a profit in it. And the clerics are paying off in cash.
Which should keep us in the clear for years to come. Still, I'm certainly pleased that Crucible's not taking any chances. This scythe might become very useful if our friend the bishop has been less than transparent with us.
Ouch!
Yes, very useful indeed.
That scythe is even sharper than a weaver's spindle. That scythe is even... sharper than a weaver's spindle.
See. Okay. Mas quantos efeitos sonoros não são grande coisa? Wait a... Oh, no. You're supposed to watch more for it. I forgot. You were supposed to watch more things in his firing, in his sphere. In his crying sphere. Sound effects are a bit on the weird side. Well, post 3, Cavern in Fire, which is a hint. You recognize it. And the third one should be of the bishop. Oh no, this one. And this should be the most important. And I think I only have 3 visions per sphere. Very cool. You can encounter the other sphere that was mentioned, and it will give you more hints. In fact, you can say some sound effects are missing from the floppy version. Crazy, why there's no sound effects in here? Maybe they don't notice when the bells are being worked, or maybe it's a stealth spell. It's not just invisible spell; it's an absolute stealth spell. You don't do any sound. That makes sense. I don't recall in floppy version they did any sounds there. I really don't remember. Anyway, go back to the pastures. Again, if you notice that swan in the eye, They're the same spell as the Loom had at the end. That's a very important spell. That's the Transcension spell, but I'm already almost spoiling it here. You visit 3 guilds in a game, as far as I recall. No, 4 guilds, sorry. There was one less guild you visit, but it's a short visit.
He's back!
So are we. Going somewhere, little wizard?
I'll show them.
Better off with the elders back home.
It's the dragon!
Well, that worked. Funny, I don't feel very scary.
You turn into a dragon, mate. Because you don't see what you can turn into. Oh, another spell in here. Still awake.
Hey, you! Get away from here! Now I've got to go and round them all up again. And you'd better not be here when I get back. Go on now.
Ah, interesting.
Poor fella. He must have had a long night.
Well, I could work in the map again, but I said I better not be here when he comes back, so I better not.
Some of these graves are really old.
Remember what I told you about every guild having a cemetery? It's very important near the end.
Hello there.
Who said that?
I did. My name is Fleece, first chosen of the Guild of Shepherds. I wish we had time to chat a while and trade some tales, but we have got a serious problem on our hands.
What sort of trouble are you having?
It seems we've a dragon nearby who has an enormous appetite for fresh mutton. We breed our sheep for extra whiteness, so we cannot keep them on the meadows. She can spot them miles away. By now, the dragon has carried off so many that we may not be able to fill the cleric's order.
The clerics? I just saw the bishop at the glassmaker's.
Bishop Mandible? He placed the order for 10,000 sheep.
10,000 sheep? That's enough to feed an army.
Yes, that had occurred to us too. You noticed our increased patrol in the forest. We'll deliver the sheep to the clerics if we can, but we won't trust them.
I suppose fighting the dragon will be out of the question.
Only a mage can save us. I see you've noticed my little friend.
She doesn't look at all well.
She isn't, and my songs of healing don't seem to be bringing her much comfort.
Okay. Heal.
I wish I were better with him. The flock is out to pasture. You'll find them there. Go forth, wizard, and may you return safely to our fold.
Fleece was right. They really are easy to spot.
If only if they could put it a bit different. I think there are two spells you can use in here. The one is very easy to figure out, but another one. No, that doesn't work.
Well, that didn't work.
Because they only worked on a person. Or thing. But there is one. Yeah. Ugh, that was awful.
Well, what have we here? Oh, that's what comes of being in such a blazing hurry, I guess. I thought you looked a bit scrawny. Why, you'd hardly make a decent kindling. Have you no manners, lad? Stop staring at me.
Oh, was I staring? So sorry.
Oh, don't mind me, love. I get rather crotchety on an empty stomach.
Does that mean you're going to incinerate me then?
Incinerate you? Oh my, aren't you the foxy one? I haven't created any fire since my last mating season, and you don't want to know how many centuries ago that was. No, that's much too much heat for me these days.
You mean you can't breathe fire?
Can't? Let's just say I won't. Just between you and me, love, the stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies.
The dragon with a fear of fire.
That's quite a bit of gold you have there.
That? Oh, that's nothing compared to what it used to be. Piled floor to ceiling it was. Everyone said it was the most beautiful lair anywhere, and right they were too. Then one day, last spring it was, comes along this third-rate wizard who botched up everything. He tried to get the volcano to blow, but only shook up the place in a huge earthquake instead. Broke all my fancy glass, mind you, and made off with most of the gold, too. The only thing he left me was a gorgeous glass ball.
Okay. And what if
It might help to point at something first.
Yeah, live. Okay, let me see if I try to live. Leave. I can't leave. Apparently I can't leave. Yeah, the exit zone. I think there are different spells you can use in here. Let's try the easy one. Okay, I can't sleep. Yeah, aren't you more comfortable this one?
Put it back the way you found it, now.
Okay.
Sheep. Gold. Sheep. Eek! Fire! You haven't heard the last of me, you cheeky brat!
Oh, I didn't expect that one.
Wonderful. I can't see a thing.
Okay, let's see night vision. Okay. Not sure if I'm going the right way. Slamboreen's very easy to use, but I don't recall. Yeah. Hope I'm not missing anything because I have to get the other scrying glass. And I really hope I'm not losing anything because I need to find another scrying glass. Oh yeah, dead end. Yeah, what do you know? It's not game over.
Guess I won't be going back that way.
I remember that spell.
My own reflection.
Okay, reflection. I almost lost that spell.
My own reflection.
And now I have to empty it. GDD.
It's already dry as a bone.
Volcano, I don't know what it means. Volcano. Oh yeah, I know what it means. This one.
Bishop Mandible. What in the world is he up to? Repair costs must be spiraling. These grave markers are forged from solid bronze. He's fast asleep. He's fast asleep.
Awaken. See.
Hello there. What's that? Your music woke me up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, not to worry. I'm Rusty Nailbender.
I'm Bobbin Threadbare. of the weavers.
Weavers, eh? Our folk are blacksmiths. I'm supposed to be getting firewood for the master, but this plateau is being picked cleaner than a new blade. Come over here. That's us down there. The forge. That's what we call it. I've heard you weavers don't get out much. What's your business here?
I've been looking for a flock of swans.
Swans? No. No swans around here. Oh, say, all this talk has made me sleepy. A real pleasure, though. Oh, let me know if you find your swans. Oh.
I think you're supposed to click on here.
Oh, who are you?
Just me, a friendly stranger?
Hmm.
This is a private guild, my strange young friend. The gate only opens for members.
Okay, I can.
It's locked.
If I only knew a way to open them. Okay, you're talking about the new members.
He's fast asleep.
Hello, young nail-bender. About time you were coming home. Stoke's been looking for you, and he ain't real happy. You better get in there right now.
Okay.
Well, it's about time, you lazy idiot. I sent you out 4 hours ago for firewood, and you bring me back one scrawny stick. If your father weren't a foreman, I'd toss you in the furnace. You're just like the you's downstairs with the bishop right now. If that fire goes out and the cleric's swords don't get done...
I'm sorry, I had a bit of trouble.
Perhaps you'd like to offer your confessions to the bishop in person. I'd be happy to arrange it. Now give me that stick. I'm done dealing with the likes of you, Nailbender. I'll be back, and you'd better hope the furnace doesn't go out.
What a mess. I can't do anything without my distaff. That straw looks awfully comfortable, though. Oh, it must have a sleep draft woven into it.
Imagine frightening a poor defenceless old thing like me. core. Well, I may not be much good with fire, love, but I still enjoy the taste of tender, firm young meat.
Jesus!
One blasted stick of wood left, curse that lad! 10,000 swords to forge, and the furnace is about as cold as my chances for promotion. I don't believe this. Real nice of that Weaver kid. Just wait until his turn comes. I'll be waiting for him on the outside.
Let's get... They don't even show it.
That means trouble. If Elder Atropos saw his staff treated so, he'd have something to say about it. You could be sure of that. Careful now, old bird. Let's not singe the feathers.
Oh my god, this version is awful. Sorry, but the floppy disk version might not have better graphics, but has a lot more animations. Not even a comment fact to change it back.
No time for another nap. I've got to get out of here.
Okay.
It's locked. Not a stick left.
The final blade is even now in the hands of our most skilled blade shaper, Your Excellency. How's it coming there, Edgewise?
I'm just putting the edge on the last sword, sir.
Good to hear it. No slacking off now. Let's get it finished.
You share with me a historic moment, Foreman. The forging of the 10,000th sword marks the end of our preparations. How much longer must I wait?
The steel will ring out its final defeat, sir. Not much longer now.
Very good then. Carry on.
Okay, let me see. 50.
What evil is this? A witch's curse has twisted the final blade.
A curse, Edgewise? I think not. It would take more than a mere witch's curse to ruin my plans. You there! Could it be that this little prank is of your doing? Yes? Well then, I would be honored to have you as my guest at the cathedral. I know some other curses that may amuse you.
Yep. Now begins the final part.
I'm getting really tired of this.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bishop Mandible, trans-ultimate apostle of the anti-secular conclave of clerics.
I know. Am I expected to kneel?
Silence, you impudent punk.
This is my assistant, Cobb.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And you require no introduction. Your cloak and staff betray your origins. But I must say I'm surprised to find you here. been quite a long time since any weaver bothered to leave that dreary little rock you call home. Loom. So provincial. I can't help but wonder what impelled you to leave it now.
His Excellency asked you a question.
I know. I'm ignoring it.
Ah, recalcitrance. I see.
Shall I fetch the instruments of persuasion, Master?
Please forgive my assistant his eagerness. I fear Cobb is not very worldly. He does not understand the dangerous power of a weaver.
Dangerous? Your Reverence, him?
Quite dangerous indeed, my dear Cobb. In fact, he could burst this flimsy iron cage open with hardly a second thought.
That's impossible, most exalted one. I inspect the locks personally every fortnight.
Observe and learn then, for even now your prisoner plans his escape.
Son of a bitch.
It's locked.
You see, Cobb? An elusive breed, these weavers. Fortunately, however, they're quite helpless without their weaving sticks.
That distaff will never work for you.
Oh, no, my young friend, you're quite wrong about that. Come, let me show you why. Consider the common graveyard. There, the boundary between the living and the dead is indistinct.
Every graveyard's like that, so?
Now, imagine what might happen if this delicate boundary were to be somehow breached. Torn open, so to speak.
It's not that simple. You can't just rip the pattern apart like an old rag.
But it is that simple, my boy, and I can. I have only to lift this rod, and the legions of the dead will stream forth onto the plane of the living. A vast army of the dead, nourished by the shepherd's flocks, armed by the artisanship of the blacksmiths, guided by the glassmaker's sphere. All under the spiritual leadership of one supreme commander, me! The final hour is now at hand. The age of the clerics is upon us. I have preparations to attend to, Cobb. Don't let this boy out of your sight. He is to touch nothing. Do you understand me?
Perfectly, Your Excellence.
Lord Mandible, ruler of the universe. I do like the sound of it. I'll have to change my stationery.
There is a small little
You're not
detail.
so dangerous now, then, are you?
She looks hungry. I think I'll stay out of her way.
Keep away from that. His Eminence said not to touch anything.
I wasn't going to touch it. Just looking, Cobb, that's all.
Just looking, eh? Well then, perhaps we can do a bit of a trade. How about I let you look in the sphere if...
If... what?
Well, the legends say that to gaze upon an uncloaked weaver brings death. Naturally, we clerics aren't given to such silly superstitions, but I'm curious. Let's answer this one once and for all, shall we? No!
May we have some quiet, please? I can't even begin to invoke the dead with all that screaming.
Well,
Well, he can't say he wasn't warned.
as you can see, there is Well, explains because they don't show it on the original version. This version has some new animations, but to make room for the new animation, they got rid of the old ones, some of the old ones. I don't know if I like it.
I see Cobb has been lax in his duty. No matter. You're just in time to witness the dawn of a new era.
You don't have the slightest idea of what you're doing. The pattern is already worn and frayed. If you rip a hole in it now, the consequences will be beyond anything you can imagine.
Spare me your weaver mysticism, boy. The time has come when the dead shall no longer envy the living.
You've torn the pattern completely open.
And with it, the eyes of the dead. Behold!
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Who dares disturb the peace of those who sleep?
I welcome and greet you, noble spirit. I am Bishop Mandible, Transultimate Apostle of the Anti-Secular Conclave of Clerics. And whom have I the honor of summoning?
I don't think I want to be part of this conversation.
No one obeyed any summoning of yours, foolish mortal. I have summoned you. I am Chaos. You have merely opened the door, and I have passed through it. For this, you shall be rewarded. Join me now, as my slave.
Yeah, bit gory.
I see it has been much too long since my last visit.
I can't seem to hold on to this thing.
Can't. Let's see if I can. Okay. Oops, I should be able to. The dragon.
Stop!
Great.
I think I'll stay out of there. That dragon looked rather hungry. Rusty? Is that you? You don't look at all well.
I'm not well. Actually, I'm dead.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say a thing. What do I matter? I'm just another one of the dead.
Oh, Rusty, I feel terrible. I
And
didn't
that's
know.
not even the end of it. I go outside to wait for doomsday, like a good little ghost seed. But no sooner do I get settled again, but some stupid idiot shreds the universe apart and hauls us all back inside. There are a lot of very unhappy dead wandering around here, let me tell you.
I know. I was there when it happened.
I might have known this was all your fault.
No! No, it wasn't me. The bishop managed this one all on his own.
Yeah? Well, there's going to be hell to pay, literally. There's talk among the dead that they're going to take over the world, starting with the Forge. My home. Where we used to build strong things, good things.
There's nothing left but bones.
Mm.
You did it. You brought me back.
It is what you wanted, isn't it?
Believe me, being alive is a lot more fun than being dead. But how did you do it?
Well, healing your body was easy. You're alive because the pattern is torn and your soul was free to return to this side.
Well, I must go, Bobbin. I've got to know what happened to the rest of my guild.
And I must do the same. Good luck, Rusty. And be careful.
Good fortune to you too, my friend.
Hey.
You are too late, wizard. The dead have increased their numbers here. Those not dead are suffering, and my songs were again useless. All that's left for us is to put an end to their misery. Come, and extend your help, if you can.
They never even had a chance.
Fleece, what became of us? I was just walking among legions of dead.
You were saved by the mercy of yonder boy. We have not had the chance to thank you properly, wizard. But our memories are long, and we will not forget you soon. Hail and farewell. Come along now, before the dead ones return to the harvest.
Hmm. Yeah, they always open it on the cemetery. That's why it was important. But every
Master Goodmold.
Ah, the Weaver boy. At least you've escaped the terror of the dead ones.
It appears the Crystal Guard has not been so fortunate. But I don't understand. Why did you not use the Great Scythe?
We never doubted the scythe could save us. No, never, no indeed. Even chaos must fall under its blade. But we could not do it. To unleash such merciless evil would show us to be no better than our enemies. The entire world would have feared us when it was done. And to have become so much like our enemy was unthinkable. Just unthinkable.
And so you didn't use it?
We knew the price. The best we could hope for was to defend it bravely. But we are not warriors.
You mean Chaos stole the scythe?
We did what we could, but it was not enough. Remember us, my young friend. Tell the word, but we fought with courage and chose death with clarity. Above all else, clarity.
Yeah, we can't bring this one back.
Welcome, Bobbin. You have joined us here at last.
Where am I?
You are outside the pattern, the home of the dead, and of those transcended.
The shore of wonder?
Yes, Bobbin, the shore of wonder. And you are the first to behold it with mortal eyes. Your journey has been long, and you must have many questions.
You're the swan that appeared each year on my birthday, aren't you?
You saw me clearly then. I was never sure, but those visits meant so much. My only chance to watch you grow. You see, the elders forbade me to set foot on Loom Island just after you were born.
I thought you came to visit me, but I never quite believed it.
Call it a mother's curiosity. For indeed, Loom Child, that is who I am.
My mother is a swan?
Indeed. In mortal life, however, I was Lady Signa Threadbare, banished by the elders 17 long years ago for drawing an unforeseen infant out of the loom. How I've longed to know you, and you to know me, my son.
Liar. That's just not true. My mother is buried in the weaver's graveyard.
Dear Hetchel, she and the elders put that stone there so you wouldn't ask too many questions. Hetchel vowed to protect you forever, Bobbin. She is my dearest friend, and she loves you very much. But I fear her love has driven her to recklessness.
What do you mean? Where is she?
She flew off to Loom Island to confront the dead ones.
The dead ones are after her?
It's not Hetchel they're after, my son. They want the loom itself. If Chaos masters its secrets, the pattern will be hers to control. Hetchel plans to destroy the loom if Chaos doesn't consume her first.
No, I've got to go back there, now!
You won't get far in that direction. The loom lies beyond the lake. No, you must try a more subtle strategy.
Oh. What do you propose?
The dead ones move between the holes your bishop friend rent in the pattern. If you weave the holes closed, it will be harder for them to follow you.
Her eyes. They're just like mine.
Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, you have to close all the holes. Let me see.
the last hole. Now, let's go find Hetchel. Her eyes, they're just like mine.
Hmm. No, I can't.
Huh?
Yep, the fort, whatever, the legion's already here.
Mind yourself, Bobbin. Get your distaff ready. You must unmake the loom now, before chaos takes control.
What? How? I don't know what draft to use.
Birds and children have no business wielding such power.
Weavers are the only ones who do have the right to use this power.
Destiny has blessed you, young threadbare. For you alone will live on to pass your guild secrets to others more worthy of them. I invite you to serve my new empire as advisor.
Me? You? Advisor?
Of course, I will expect your full cooperation in this historic exchange of goodwill. After all, anything else may bring harm to our relationship.
Don't listen to her, Bobbin. Heed me now. Here are the threads that will unmake the loom.
Silence.
Hetchel, say something, please. I need that draft.
Enough! I lose patience in the presence of inferior beings. You will now instruct me in the use of this fascinating instrument.
Over my dead body.
Preference noted.
Her beak moves, but there's nothing, not a sound.
Okay.
Thank goodness. Now, Bobbin, quickly! The threads you need are...
Ducks are meant to be eaten, not heard. Now, I believe we were discussing the secrets of the loom.
That's not helping.
Close your eyes now, Bobbin. But keep your ears open. Here descends the third shadow.
That bird has annoyed me once too often. Now, my esteemed advisor, where were we before we were so rudely distracted?
Hetchel's black feather. She left one behind.
And so she did. I think I shall keep it as a souvenir of our little encounter.
I want that feather. Give it to me.
My, impudent, aren't we?
Bobbin, you did it! The loom is unmade!
You ignorant fools! Do you comprehend what you have done? None of us can pass across this rift your weaver mischief has so blindly created! Your pious meddling has brought the end of my dream! You will hear for all eternity the cries of those you have abandoned, Bobbin Threadbare! You will always know that you have left them under my rule.
We abandon no one. When our side of the pattern is mended, we will return and put an end to your evil.
Come, Loom Child. It is time for us to begin our destinies anew.
Leaving so soon, Weaver? I was looking forward to spending more time with you.
Okay, how is... Let's see.
Fly away while you can, young Threadbare, and know that we will most assuredly meet again.
I am ready, Mother. Let's go.
This is not the best version of the game. The floppy disk version is a lot better. Well, this is the game. It's not a very big game, well, if you don't know the puzzles, but honestly, they cut a lot from the original version. I've heard that the FM Towns, the Japanese computer, that version for that has these graphics, but has all the animation from the floppy disk version. So it might just be the best version of the game. People consider the ultimate version of the game. Honestly, I prefer the original version. This version is not... They cut so much to make room for the new animations and the voices, so it was not worth it. I recognize some of these names. Honestly... and there was also, I've heard, there was also an extended ending if you were able to finish the game in expert mode. The ending is even incomplete. They should show Rusty and Fleece, you know, watching the swans fly away. there was a little animation that they cut so much. This version is probably the worst. I haven't played this version, but honestly, you might have better graphics, but I recommend the floppy disk version. Without a doubt. Orson Scott Card. That's not. Is that? I think about construction. I really like this game, but this version is not the best. The end. It's not the best version of the game. No, I believe that's it. Okay, I'm gonna leave the stream here. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube and then write my review. Okay, hope to see you guys later. I might take a look at the Amiga version. I've played a little at the beginning. I'm gonna play it again just to compare both versions. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.